Following program is an adult content program. Parental discretion is advised. The views and expressions are not necessarily those of Radio Guyana International.
So that's right, Radio Guyana International. I'd like to welcome on True Talk Tuesdays. These ladies are taking over for Daryl tonight. My two sisters. The one is known as the granny. You know, Miss Diane Madry. And my other sister, Miss Sukri Budram. And we also have Ramya. I can't pronounce the last name, so I don't want to, sound kind of crazy, but she'll tell you a little bit about herself. So, special good evening, ladies. How are you all doing tonight?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. So that is Ramya. I guess Sukri and Diane's a little shy to say anything. But you guys go.
Sukri, I'm on. How's everybody?
Good. So how you doing there? How's New York treating you, Sukri?
Cold?
Yeah, nah. I know you have spirits to help warm you up inside New York.
Yep.
And I think Diane is on the line as well.
I don't think Victoria is. How are you, Mr. Kopi?
I am good. So she has, because Diane sent me a message that Granny is there. So the Granny reach.
Diane?
Well, she sent me a message that Granny is there. I don't know what happened. Let's find out.
That's her. Hey.
Hello. You can lower your what do you call it? You don't have in the background because there's a delay, so you guys won't be able to hear the feed right away. So special good evening. Everyone tell everybody a little bit about yourselves, and then we will start what the main event is about tonight, right? I guess Ramya, you could go first there.
Okay, sure. My name is Ramya. I'm 19. I'm the Youth Poet Laureate of New York City. And I got involved with 1 Billion Rising with Diane, where I performed at their gala last year in New York City. And so ever since then, I've been working with her and getting involved in coming to Guyana to perform. And it's just been an incredible journey.
Well, and Rami, let me ask you. So, why did you want to get involved with the Billion Rising event that's currently going on? What was the reason for you to want to get involved?
Well, I heard a lot about it just from other people because I know some other people that have been in it, and I just really like their program, and I think it's important, especially like young women, being involved and caring about what's going on with us worldwide, because I think what happens is that, we're the future and we will be making the decisions in the future. So I think it's important that we're involved at a young age,
All right, Ramya, so don't mean to cut you, but who's ever in the background, if they could please mute their phone. That way we could, while the other person's speaking, we don't hear the background noises. Thank you very much. So, Ramya, you said you're 19 years old. I hate to bring this up, but has domestic violence? Have you seen occurrences of domestic violence in your life and involvement in your family and so forth?
I wouldn't say in my own family, but in very close friends of mine and people that I know very dearly. And I think it starts at very, very young. And the thing is, it's harder because when you're younger, it's harder to address it because nobody takes you seriously. So I think it's important that not only women have the platform to speak about these things, but what type of woman, young women too, because I don't think that we give enough platform or we take seriously the issues. So yeah, unfortunately, I've had to see many people that I've loved have to go through that. And so I think as part of that, but if we raise awareness, and fight against that, then I believe that issue, because it's a psychological issue as well. So I think if we raise awareness, then we can help our women and empower our women.
And Rami, I didn't think I heard before where your nationality is. Where's your family from, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, my parents are both from India, and I'm first generation American.
Okay, great. So, all right, thank you very much. And we know that domestic violence is something that's not only in the West Indian community, but it is something that affects the East Indian community in regards to, you know, how can I say it like politically correct? But you know, a lot of the men in them overseas over there in East India, they feel they have that superiorness over women. And
so there's a lot of patriarchy and misogyny within the country, and and sometimes it's given platform. Well, it's many times it's given platform. So because of that, the patriarchal misogynistic culture that we see, you know, it's harder for women to have a space to come out about if they're being mistreated.
Now, is this something that, like this kind of organization, are you guys, I know I could ask Sukri and Diane, but are you looking to probably try and do any kind of awareness out in India? And, you know, what part of India is your family from?
So we're from Tamil Nadu, which is like really, really South India. So right now, like I just started performing for a year now, so I haven't gotten the chance to go to India and perform. But I really would like to go there and raise awareness on that, and not only that, but a lot of women's issues we have, like you know, we have issues like, you know, people think darker skin is bad and lighter skin is better. So there's so many issues that are going on with women that we face every day in India. So yeah, I definitely want to in the future like go there. But you know, I have to see if, you know, one day I'll get the opportunity to do that.
Well, good. We do hope that is definitely something that could happen in the very near future. Has Diane joined the call yet, ladies?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
so
can give her a call, right? I can text her right now.
No problem. So Sukri on the call. Sukri, darling.
Hi.
Hi. So Sukri, I know this year you've taken a step back in regards to the amount of events and so forth that you were doing with CADVA, and I know Diane has really pushed forward in regards to a lot of more international events. Can you let everybody know what is CADVA and what have you guys accomplished in 2014 so far?
Okay. Well, first of all, CADVA came about initially from Diane Madre's initiative in 2010 from the Break Silence campaign, which was one of the first publicly held events in Georgetown, Guyana. The year following that, 2011, I founded an organization called Caribbean American Domestic Violence Awareness, focusing on domestic violence specifically in the Caribbean demographics. CADVA has now become basically globally recognized, especially in the Caribbean regions, and it is now the representing organization in the Caribbean for 1 Billion Rising, which is a global organizing focusing on the abuse of women across the globe. So Diane Madre is the official 1 Billion Rising representative. In 2014, we officially joined this organization and has represented several countries in the Caribbean, including Guyana is one of them, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Haiti. Recently, on a trip in October, I had the privilege to interact with local groups in other parts of the Caribbean, St. Thomas and St. John's. So several Caribbean countries are now on the docket for the first time ever, because the Caribbean was not represented globally in this global organization. They are now. Diane has done a phenomenal job this year. She has led up with various members of the CADVA group movement called Let the Women Speak, and giving women a free forum to basically air their concerns at all levels, domestically, regionally. And the event for this coming March that Diane and others are going to be promoting is a continuation of Let the Women Speak. At this time, the program is being developed. We cannot give out, more fine-tuned information at this time. There will be a press release coming out at the beginning of the year, but it's basically a 1 billion rising movement under the revolutionary theme to celebrate International Women's Day in Guyana. It will be March 8th. Several of us will be making presents. We will be honoring several local women of courage in the Caribbean. And these two wonderful individuals are going to joining us as well. From what I understand, Diane, as you know, Alan, is the program director for CADVA's programs. Like I say, we're still talking about the fine-tuning the programs at this time. My involvement, as you know, I was very, very involved in many years up until this past year. My mother became fairly ill during this past year, and I chose to take a break in the forum. But behind the scenes, I'm very, very involved. And Alan, thank you so much. Earlier I heard CADVA has to raise its own funds. And on March 1st, 2015, at the AMC Theater in Okoye, Mr. Mahadev Shivraj movie Forgotten Promises will be airing, will be showing two shows, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. in Orlando, in Okoye at the AMC Theater. So I wanted to, have your listening audience understand how important it is to support Mr. Shivraj's movie, because he donates a part of his proceeds to help us bring awareness as well. So that's kind of the wrap-up for 2014. If Diane is joining us, she can elaborate more on 2015's event. I'm not sure she's on as yet.
I don't know. I didn't get a message yet. But, Sukri, let me have you explain a little bit in regards to, we myself and you, we've done events for the past 3 years. We've been all over doing different types of awareness and stuff. And I know one of the main things has been in regards to...
I'm here.
Sorry?
Am I here? Hello?
Hello?
Diane's on.
Oh, Diane's on. Tanti and Annie, you reach?
I reach the hey.
All right, so we're going to get to Nani in just a second, right? So, Sukri, one of the things that that we've been able to realize out there is people are embarrassed to ask for help. That they are experiencing these kind of events that are happening. Some of them succumb to it, and they assume it's like a normal everyday occurrence and stuff. But this is not a way that people need to live, and that there is help that's out there. So can you elaborate on that a little bit, please?
Yeah. And I'll speak from my personal experience addressing the shame factor. Being an abuse victim, is a lot of shame factor involved, especially in the cultural demographic that we live. We don't want to tell people that, women who are capable, otherwise good housewives, intelligent women are being abused by the spouses that they're married to. It's degrading to the family and the extended family. So. But the one thing to understand is an abuser is not going to stop and will continue to abuse if we don't speak up. And most of these abuse happened in closed doors, and the abusers will go out and put on a good face, and the outside world doesn't think or even would have an idea, but the person that's victimized in the home is being beaten, abused, raped, emotionally, physically abused. And we, as an organization, we have to make sure that we're there and we're ready to hear the women who want to. Women who choose to speak up will have a forum. In each of the demographics that we represent, we have very close alliances with domestic violence shelters and aid at all levels that we can refer individuals to. But we can't go to the victims. The victims have to somehow try to reach us so we can direct them in the right direction. And I posted several times, in an abusive situation, there are only 3 outcomes. I learned this over the years. The first outcome is the abuser stops abusing. The second one, the victim leaves. And the third one, someone dies. Those are the only 3 outcomes in an abusive situation. And sometimes we have to repeat ourselves that if we do nothing, nothing happens. So there is help in various of the demographics, but the victims have to be able to have some courage and faith in organizations that can help them.
Well, and you're correct in regards to the fact that those are basically the three options, and the main thing is, help is out there. Yourself and Diane have, this is CADVA is a way of life for you guys, where you guys go and you make sure and you let people know that there is that opportunity, and it is out there for people to be able to get the help that they need and that they deserve. So, the one phrase I would like the audience to walk away with is, it's an attraction to CADVA. It's not a promotion. We're not going to go out there and promote, hey, come to CADVA. It's an attraction. You know what it offers. You know what it can do. It offers you a forum on all social media, by phone, by Skype. And you have to come, get a friend or somebody. And Diane has done a phenomenal job on speaking to dozens and dozens of people over the years. And we will continue to do that. Good. As well as, you guys are a staple in the Guyanese government, where you guys are a recognized entity in Guyana, where I know you guys have done a lot of involvement with the Guyanese government. Isn't that correct, Sukri?
I would I'll have Diane take over she's more focused in that area. I plead the fifth.
Nani! Hey, Nani. All right. Nani only giggling.
I have to take a breath on that note.
All right. So, good evening, Nani. How you doing?
Good evening, grandson. How you doing?
No, I was the narrator. I wasn't the grandson. There you go. So, ladies, the reason why I called Diane Nani is because we did a play a couple of years ago. Who Killed Your Mama Man? We did that in a code.
No, it was called Who Killed Your Mama Man?
Sorry, yes, that's right. I added the Trinidad flavor when we needed the Guyanese flavor, and Diane had she couldn't sit down correctly. That's one of the things with what she had on. But and this was what we had. That was one of the events that we did in regards to help bring awareness. We worked with Mahadev Shivraj, as well as Sukri. Sukri was the star girl. We had a lot of involvement, and these are just a couple of different things that we do. But definitely, Diane has been working feverishly for the past year and a half. Traveling to Guyana, traveling all over, doing a lot of humanitarian and public awareness. And, Diane, we got to commend you for the work that you're doing. It's really, really, thanks is not enough, but what you're really doing is making a difference in a lot of people's lives. So we commend you, darling. So you have the floor right now.
Thank you so much, Alan. And good evening, everyone. And thanks for tuning in to The Rising on Radio Guyana. And I know we have with us some amazing women. This event that we're having in March, alongside with CADVA and the 1 Billion Rising movement, Alan, is that we're having some phenomenal women that are going to be coming into Guyana. And the reason we, as Chris said, we're still fine-tuning some stuff is because we have more persons are being added to the list that actually Chris doesn't know about. So the two that everyone is aware of, we have a phenomenal singer from New Jersey, an opera singer. Her name is Victoria Reefer, and I can't wait for Guyana to hear her voice. We have Ramya Ramana, who is the New York City Youth Poet Laureate, who has created some phenomenal pieces and has been traveling around the U.S. and the globe, as well as Victoria. So both of these young ladies have offered to join us on this campaign of 1 Billion Rising the Revolution. And we'll be coming into Guyana in March for International Women's Day. Alongside these two women, there are going to be another young lady that's going to join us, an American woman from Massachusetts. Her name is Robin Shea. And Robin Shea wrote a book on the narcissistic personality of her own personal abuse. We're also going to have another young lady, Geeta Gopal, that's going to be joining us. So there's a lot of Women in Strength, Women in Power, that is going to be an empowerment explosion that's going to take place. We're looking at creating this beyond a one-day event. So one of the things that what Sakura indicated is that, we need to make an effort to raise funds. So that event they're having in Orlando, Florida, we're hoping that more individuals are able to attend that event so we can raise the funds to ensure that we have these activities, the venues and, transportation, because one of the things that we need to do is a lot of these individuals may not be able to attend an event, so we need to provide transportation to get some of these grassroots women to the locations that we're going to have, because it's really hard to get people there. So we're looking at raising funds and making this campaign bigger than it's ever been, bringing together as many of our Guyanese women as possible. And it's so moving to have these national women like Victoria Weaver, Rami Ramana, Robin Shea, Geeta Gopal, Sukre Bodram, myself, coming in together for this amazing, explosive event that we will be channeling a whole bunch of empowering stuff. And some things, haven't been fine-tuned yet, but we will be sharing that at the beginning of the year and moving it along. And I want to thank you so much for giving us this platform on Radio Guyana for our listeners, for your listeners to tune in and to hear what we're doing, because I think it's important as a community we come together to create a stronger voice. Unity is the key.
Well, Diane, now we know that you guys are doing that event in Orlando, but what's another way that people, if they're locked on, can help CADVA because they might not be able to attend in Orlando? What's other options that they have?
Alan, I can answer that real quick. Anyone who has an internet, obviously, if they're listening to Radio Guyana, we have the internet. It's www.cadva.org, CADVA.org. And there's a donation button on the website. They go ahead and donate freely, and all funds go directly towards the community. Again, www.cadva.org. It is tax deductible. They will get an automatic receipt, so they pay for their tax returns for gift donation deduction.
Okay, great. Now, I have, from one of our listeners, they sent me a message here, and if the ladies don't mind if I just take a second to read it. She says that she has a niece who's 18 years old. She's in a relationship with her boyfriend for a year now. And within that year, he has beaten her so bad. And we've talked to her, and for nothing, she want to leave him. She told me once she loves him, I guess, and has fear of him. And she don't want to talk to no one about it. He goes on her job. He embarrasses her. She still goes back to him. And what makes it worse is she could do better. She have 8 levels, which is, very, very high grades out of Trinidad. He brings her down so much, her self-esteem is very low. Can you ask one of those ladies, what can she do to raise her self-esteem? Anyone?
Diane?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead, Sabrina, and I'll...
Okay.
I think we all want to jump on it, but we just don't know how to do it.
So, Alan, is this person in Trinidad?
I don't know. Let me just ask her, but I'm assuming...
I was going to ask that question.
Okay, hold on. So I'm going to type that back to her, but I know she's listening. Like I said, I don't want to call anybody's names and so forth. You can send your questions, your comments, your concerns. If you have me on Facebook, you can send me the message. You can send it via the shout box, or you can also private message me via the app. We have many options for you to do that. So this person had sent it to me on Facebook, and she's answering right now. Let's see. She said, yes, she is in Trinidad. So...
Okay, well, one of the first things I can tell you right off the bat is raising one's self-esteem it's a progressive job. It's not something that can happen in a one phone conversation. What I would do, Alan, you have our contact information. I would encourage you to provide my contact information, Diane's contact information to this individual. If this individual is in harm's way in Trinidad, we have alliances with the rescue agency in Trinidad that we reach out to if she is in danger. So, first of all, this individual, as young as she is, may need to be able to bring herself to talk to somebody. And we can't, no rescue agency can go in and pull out this individual from the home if they don't want to. And that's the problem we run into. So first, safety. If this person is safe, that's good. If they're not, we provide contact information for them to get a call or call the agency. And if this person would like to talk about their issues, then please provide our information so we can have individual conversations with them. But as far as self-esteem, it's a progressive job, and we have to work at it every day. And what you read is typical of myself when I was in a relationship that was abusive, where I felt I love this person so much, and if I left him, he is going to commit suicide, he's going to die. Fortunately, that didn't happen. He went on to live very well, and so did I. But that fear of that person, emotionally, Diane can share a little on that because she deals with the mental health side of this. Diane?
Yeah. Alan, you had mentioned that you said the person was messaged from Trinidad, right?
Her niece is
living there.
Right. Her niece is in
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Family member of a victim.
Yeah, actually, the victim is a family member of a listener.
Okay.
She lives in North Carolina. She lives in North Carolina, and the niece lives in Trinidad.
But one of the things that's extremely important, and Sikri brought up some good points, but one of the additional things that's important is that support system. Because I think in a community like ours, when people are not speaking out and things are being hidden, victims don't get that type of support. And the fact that a family member who is reaching out and trying to provide the support is extremely important. But as Sikri indicated, that person has to want the help and need to be able to reach out and to be able to get some kind of counseling. So if rather than expanding on that right here, if we can have that person that contacted you, we can get inbox the information, and we can follow up. Either Sikri or myself can follow up via Skype.
Okay, so I will definitely send her information to you ladies. I'll send a friend request of some sort. I did give her the website for CADVA, but one of the other things that she says is that the guy always tells her that he always says that he's going to kill himself and so forth when she wants to leave and things like that. So I know that's a way of really trapping that person. Well, the low self-esteem plays a huge part in that, in regards to the fact that they don't want to be the cause of somebody doing harm to themselves, right? And that's why unfortunately this young girl, she's not making the moves necessary to better her life.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things, Alan, is that, and if the person is tuning in and listening, it's important, as I said, the support network is important. So that family member needs to pay attention to what's going on and to keep talking to them, and trying to encourage them, because at some point they're going to find a way, but let's hope that it doesn't get to a tragic incident like what we've been seeing across Guyana and across the Caribbean and across the globe, of women dying and women getting, disappearing and things like that, that we need to ensure to safeguard the security of our women. In a situation like what you just mentioned about, the guy threatening, that he's going to hurt himself, the person that's involved, need to understand that they too can put themselves at risk. So even the person, the abuser who's saying that, they're going to hurt themselves, they can also end up hurting the victim. And if there are children involved, all these other people could get hurt, or whoever's there. We've had cases like that have happened before. So it's not just the person saying they're going to kill themselves. It's the person who is involved in the situation.
Now, but Diane, one of the things in regards to this, right? By her just reaching out to her aunt, isn't that at least that's a sign for help, right? Even she's making baby steps in regards to trying to get assistance. Because if the aunt knows everything about what's going on and this is what's happening, isn't this a cry for help in a way?
I mean, it's good that she's reaching out, and the aunt need to continue to talk to her. They need to continue to have that dialogue and to let her know that she's there, because sometimes people don't see the warning signs, Alan, that even though she might be reaching out saying that, this guy is, abusive and he's this and he's that, she just needs to vent. She needs to talk about it, but yet she's still stuck. And, they need to find a way to get her unstuck in a way, you know what I mean? To be able to remove herself from that relationship, but for whatever reason that she might be going through or she might be feeling, we don't know. We can't assume,
right.
Unless somebody speaks to her directly. We can hear what the family member is saying, and they can continue to have that dialogue, but they have to keep their eyes and ears open and to be able to know what questions to ask, when to ask, but to tell her that she's also putting herself at risk. So when this guy says that he's not going to leave, he's going to kill himself if she leaves, he could end up killing her. So she needs to understand that, wait a second, you're putting yourself at risk, that, she can end up getting killed, or anybody else that's around. We see so many cases like that. So that's important. So if that family member is listening, I'm hoping she's tuning in and she understands that.
Well, I do hope that that she is listening. She wasn't able to tell me if her niece is listening or not. But at least she knows that there's ways to get help. And as you ladies have mentioned before, that they can contact CADVA, and by contacting CADVA, there is a sister organization out in. There's a sister organization out in Trinidad that you all would be able to, she has to want the help. That's the main thing. So, but you all would be able to help her out that way, correct?
Yes, definitely, Alan. Okay. Also, Alan, as we're moving along with this, I believe we might have Victoria Weaver on the line. Victoria, is she there?
Yeah.
Good evening, Victoria. Welcome to Radio Guyana International. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you so much.
Good. So, Victoria, I hear you're a phenomenal opera singer, and you are going to be gracing Guyana come March with your talents, as well as you're one of the advocates to help in regards to the Billion Women Uprising, correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and why your involvement with CADVA and the upcoming International Women's Day event in Guyana.
Well, I've known Diane for a few years now, and certainly I've been singing at various events these past 9 years. One of the platforms that I am very committed to is domestic violence awareness. So in the United States, I've been associated for these last 9 years with the Hope Line Foundation through the corporation of Verizon. So, in the United States alone, of course, nearly 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men, and more than 3 million children in the U.S. are affected by domestic violence. So, although I say by the grace of God, I am not a personal victim, I grew up with around me, neighbors, very live. I saw it, and it's very dramatic, very scary. I remember it vividly through the eyes of a child, and when I see it, when I see children especially, which is one of the things that I've talked to Diane, which I'm really looking forward to when I go to Guyana, is visiting with the children and really hearing their stories. and working with them and listening to their songs, and working with them through music. There's so much that needs to be done. This is an epidemic. People don't realize that. They take it seriously because it's not some skin disease, not something that you ingest, but this is an epidemic, and it's a worldwide epidemic. And it doesn't matter what race you are, what creed you are, what economic status you are, what education level you are. It takes any form, and something needs to be done.
And you are correct. There's no discrimination, no matter what you are in regards to that. But the good thing that's about this is the fact that we as individuals can abolish this. Everybody, the different steps that we're making. Unfortunately, with the world that's so huge, the baby steps that we're making has not really made a huge impact. But the thing is, we are getting forward progress, especially with the events that you ladies are doing, and speaking out, radio programs, traveling the world, and all these different types of events that you all do. Like I said, I got to commend you ladies in doing that, and hopefully, one by one, we'll be able to cure this issue that's, as you said, an epidemic that's ongoing.
Well, thank you so much for giving us a chance to talk about it and bringing it to your audience. And, a mighty hello to everyone who's listening. I hope that anyone who is out there, who is listening and who is in need of help, take to heart there are organizations like CADVA who are fighting that good fight to bring help, to bring a safe haven to all who need it. And that they do exist. I can't imagine, that time not so long ago when they were not in existence and they were not around. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this upcoming event. I cannot express that enough in words. I'm so grateful to Diane Madre Sucree. It's wonderful to meet you, and I'm very excited about it.
Great. So, Diane, tell us a little bit more about the International Women's Day and what is, where it's at, what's expected. Is there any fees involved, and how the people that's in Guyana would be able to go out there.
Well, right now, Alan, we have International Day for Women, which falls every year annually on March 8th. And the nice thing is on March 8th is going to be a Sunday. So at the moment, we have one venue reserved for activities, which is the Guyana Pegasus Hotel that has been a big support for us. They have an amazing space. It's newly renovated. Their banquet hall, the Savannah Suite, is newly renovated. So it has been. I reserved it a few months back. So we have that prepared for the big event on March 8th. In addition to that, Alan, we're looking for sponsorship because part of it is to expand these activities because we have these phenomenal women that are coming into Guyana. So we want to be able to highlight each one of them. Ramya is an amazing poet, spoken words. Victoria is an amazing singer. We're bringing something different to Guyana. So one of the things that I'm actually working on is with the students from the University of Guyana to have Ramya sort of like team lead on the first activity that we're going to kick off on that Friday of March, which is going to be the 6th of March. So we're looking at if we can raise enough funds, instead of having activities just on the 8th, we might end up having it for at least 3 or 4 days, and moving it with a transition of a sisterhood, where we can create Sister Circle and plan activities from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where Victoria will bring the women together at Pegasus for an entertainment piece with music and songs from Victoria. We have other women that are going to be joining us as well, Alan, that are not on the radio tonight. One of them might be tuning in right now. Her name is Robin Shea from Massachusetts, who I've met about 2 years now, who wrote a phenomenal book, and it talks about the narcissistic personality of an abuser and of her relationship that she was in, along with another woman, Geeta Gopal, who wrote a book as well, and she is Guyanese. So it's a nice mix of individuals. So we're hoping, Alan, to answer your question, that we're going to have more than one activities. What we usually try to do, CADVA tries to do, is we try to open up these activities where we can invite all participants for these events and invite them for free. So therefore, there are no costs to this, but there's a cost to the venues, food, things like that, to transport the women. So that's where we need to raise the funds. The fact that CADVA is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, we're coming at the end of the year. Tomorrow's the last day of the 31st. So if those people who might be tuning in have not made a charitable contribution, and are going to go to their accountant, this is the time for you to make that contribution to CADVA, and we will provide a tax receipt for you in order to, use for your taxes. So this is a great opportunity as we're bringing it close to the year for anyone who are interested in raising this for our community to ensure that we can have more than one activity happening. Now, like I said, if we don't have enough funds, we're going to have to work with what we have and limit the activities. But I'm hoping that, persons that are tuning in would be able to help us out with that.
Well, good. As you all are aware, you can go to www.cadva.org. As Diane just mentioned, you still have time to get it in for this tax year of 2014. It is a tax deductible. It's a 501c3, so it's a totally legit organization. The women need the help in regards to definitely putting this out there and to make this a very successful event. And I know one thing that Diane and Sukri is very good at. It doesn't matter what they have, they try and make do. But with more available resources, it can definitely be something that's more bigger, elaborate, and extravagant. So hopefully we can definitely get that going. So Diane, 2014. What can you say in regards to accomplishments of CADVA for 2014?
Alan, I'm glad you asked that question. 2014 has been a phenomenal year. I am so pleased, I'm so blessed with the amount of people, the amount of network that we've been able to create with CADVA. Now, joining 1 Billion Rising movement alongside the V-Day organization, CADVA has been able to propel the violence against women across the Caribbean. And as Sukri indicated earlier, we've been able to pull in other countries. So it's not just Guyana, but it's creating that sisterhood across the Caribbean where we can interconnect with each other. So in accomplishments, we've been able to raise the level of what we've been doing with CADVA, joining forces with the 1 Billion Rising movement, and escalating the Caribbean region internationally in a way we've never done before. Now, we've had an individual like Eve Ensler, who is in Guyana, who is the playwright and author of the Vagina Monologues, for those people that know about that play. For those who don't know, that's a play that was written by this woman, Eve Ensler, that sort of like transformed a great amount of awareness for women and their bodies. And we created, as Sukri indicated, Let the Women Speak programs that's going to be transitioned in a different way in Guyana. So moving along, Alan, we've been able to open up the doors. Voices have gotten louder, have gotten stronger on this campaign. And I think we're at a point where we're ready now to say enough is enough. And we as a community, we as women no longer want to feel as the miscellaneous topic on our politicians' agenda. Alan, you know, elections are going to be coming up for Guyana.
Yes,
we want to ensure that our women's voices are at the forefront. We want to ensure that all these politicians ensure that the laws are changed, the women security level is taken care of. We need to safeguard the security of our women, and that's not happening. You see how many times, if you've looked at Starbrook newspaper, Kaieteur newspaper, the online feed, how many of our women, our Guyanese women, have been killed? You know, bodies are found, you know, women who have disappeared due to domestic violence or sexual assault. You know, and it's time that we need to come together on a united front and say enough is enough, and that we are the ones that need to bring that change. And I'm so pleased, Alan, that we have women like Ramya, Victoria joining Sucre and myself, alongside with Robin Shea and Geeta Gopal on this campaign where, you know, to empower our women, you know, because since CADVA has been created these last few years, things have changed tremendously. I'm not saying that, you know, CADVA alone did this, but I think we have been able to strengthen what has already been done and make the campaign much stronger for what we have planned ahead. And changing laws was one of the things that we're looking at doing. CADVA is looking at working along with necessary individuals to create missing persons bill. So, and we've been creating a lot of workshops and things like that. So it's moved further ahead, and like I said, the voices have grown stronger and louder on this campaign.
Well, I definitely do hope, like I said, I commend you for the work and dedication that you've done for 2014, and we're looking for some more strides and some more events that will definitely be able to shine a brighter light on the organization to really definitely put an another huge step forward to the abolishment of domestic violence. And, you know, I know there's a lot of people that's listening and stuff like that, but remember, domestic violence is not just women who go through it. There's men that go through it also. And there is no shame in regards to the fact that if you need assistance, you know, and that's what these ladies are here for. Everything is in confidentiality. When you call them, you know, you're dealing with either Diane or Sucre, and they can help you get the necessary help wherever, be it in Guyana, be it in Trinidad, as well as anywhere in the U.S. They have other organizations that they partner with and so forth. Diane, in regards to, you know, 2015, we already know that International Women's Day is a huge event that you're focused on for the first quarter. Is there anything else that's coming up towards the rest of 2015?
Well, Alan, as you know, Guyana, for Guyana's end, as part of the Caribbean, because of the election coming up and what will transpire, that's something that we need to take close attention to, because the women, you know, safeguarding their security has been, you know, not at the forefront. So we need to ensure that we make that a priority. So that's one of the things on this campaign we're going to be moving ahead with, and making an effort to implement some laws, to help implement some laws. So those are part of the changes that we're going to be looking at doing.
Okay, great. Well, like I said, much success. Now, before we're coming up, who believes that an hour is almost up? Let me just touch base with the other ladies for any closing remarks, any statements that they would like. So let me first go to Ramya. Is there any statements that you would like to make there at this time?
I just want to say I'm very honored and I'm very excited to be part of this, and I think it is important that we're coming together for this necessary cause. So I'm just really really honored and really humbled to be a part of this.
Thank you very much. Miss Victoria, is there anything that you would like, any comments or statements you would like to make at this time?
I echo Ramia's sentiment. Very humbled, very honored. Special thanks to you, Alan, for having us on tonight. Again, for giving us this time to share with your audience, your listening audience. Special thanks to Diane, of course, for making it all possible to even be a part of this grand event. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you. Same to you.
New Year.
All right. So, Sukri, anything you would like to say there?
Well, first of all, Alan, I have to thank you on behalf of the community, on behalf of the victims that are still out there suffering. Your lingo stuck with me at Radio Guyana that says linking up the Caribbean with the rest of the world. It's an amazing lingo. And there's so much that we have done and Radio Guyana have helped in bringing this message out to the public that we are very, very grateful. Like Diane mentioned earlier, it's about unity. We have to come together, put differences aside, and you, Alan, and the Radio Guyana family have stepped out of normal radio, internet radio, and have taken risks with CADVA, several years ago, and we want to thank you for that.
No thanks necessary, darling. None whatsoever. I have my bail now, so I'm good. You understand? That my purple bail now that I got a couple of years ago. So, and last but not least, Nani, Miss Diane Marjorie.
Well, Alan, again, like what Sir Chris said, thank you so much for always being there for us, supporting us. And I know if Chris is tuning in, with all you guys, Alan, and all the DJs that have supported, CADVA's cause and helping us to transcend across, the internet and the airways and sharing our message. I want to thank you, first of all, for that. And Alan, we want you there in Guyana as well. So, and I think with this collaboration of Ramia and Victoria and these other women coming together with us in Guyana, I don't think, Alan, nobody's going to really expect what's in store. So it's going to be an amazing event, and I know these women are coming together with great passion. So that passion is going to be transcended across the ocean when we do this event in Guyana. So I can't wait to introduce Victoria and Ramia and Robin and Geeta, to the rest of Guyana. I want to share them with everyone and let them see what amazing individuals and women and how empowering they are. And I'm so proud of these two young women for all the things and the accomplishments that they've been able to do. Victoria, Alan, is not just an opera singer, but she has a phenomenal voice. And I'll tell you something, the first time I remember hearing her sing, I had no idea she could sing, and it was at our company. We were working together, and the company that we work with, the law firm, she sang at our Christmas party. Victoria, I'm sure you remember this if you're listening. I was like, whoa, she blew me away. And what took it over the top was when my mother passed, and the support of her and another friend, Devika Bangwanas, that showed up and helped me at the church. And I remember when Victoria sang, I think it was Ave Maria and Amazing Grace, everyone asked, who was this singing these songs? And from then, I knew she had an amazing voice, and I was able to see one of her opera performance only since. But I follow her stuff just like she does mine. And my other young little princess, and I say princess because she's like my little my daughter, Ramia, who has the most powerful spoken words that you will ever hear. So when this comes across Guyana, oh my God, I'm so proud of these girls. So Guyana is in store for some,
Well, Diane, let's do this, right? Before we,
Yeah.
I could go overtime, so we can go overtime for just a little bit. Here's what. Let's have Victoria sing Ave Maria, a little bit of Ave Maria. How about we do that?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask her. I was hoping you were going to ask her that, Alan.
But you know me, you understand? I always do the unexpected. So, so here's what. So, Victoria, we're going to put you on the spot because these ladies know that's what I like to do, right? So, if you don't mind, why don't you sing a little bit of Ave Maria just to let everybody know what's in store in Guyana come March 8th?
All right. Well, this is the Bach Gounod version, so I'll give you a taste. Okay.
That was phenomenal there. Thank you very, very much.
Wow.
So you guys see what's in store for...
Unbelievable.
That's only a little bit of what's in store for Guyana come on March 8th, the weekend of the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And I know Diana's working for, yes, yours truly to be up inside of Guyana, and we will let you know once things are going to get finalized. But even if that doesn't happen, I still want everybody who's listening I just posted the link on my site. We posted on Radio Guyana's page. Go to cadva.org/donate. Make a difference. You understand? I know people have a sister. Even people you can, if you don't even have a sister, we know there's people you consider in your life close like sisters. Nieces, aunts, mothers. All over the world, grandmothers. These are an everyday occurrence, and what's happening. And these ladies are really making a step forward to put an end to harm. As you all know that I love my daughter Shwarya to death, and I would not want to see anything like this happen to her. All we can do is pray and hope, and I got to commend you ladies for overcoming some of the adversities in your life. I love Sukri and Diane. Like, they treat me like a brother, and I love them like my sister. We're strangers, can't come into your life, and they treat you better than some of your own. And these ladies are, I love them to death. They've been a part of my life for a few years, and I'm really proud to call them sisters of mine in regards to what they're doing and the difference that they're making in a lot of people's lives. And everyone that's locked onto Radio Guyana International, please, 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 let's make sure when March 8th come around that it's definitely something to put a real dent in this ongoing epidemic. All right. Anything else you ladies want to say before I let you go?
Well, Alan, I just wanted to
New Year.
Oh, yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So Happy New Year. So here's what.
Alan, I just wanted to mention one quick thing.
Yes, dear.
That you said, because if we can, one of the things that I also want to do is one of our programs is to be able to broadcast across Guyana on NCN, which is a television station in Guyana that everyone knows. And maybe one of our final programs we would do that. But in addition to that, we should try to see how we can broadcast with Radio Guyana as well. So those people who are not going to be able to attend the event in Guyana can still tune in to some of our performance, because it's bringing together, raising the awareness through the arts and through music, through poetry, that brings healing. So for everyone, I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. And thank you, ladies. Love you guys.
All right. So here's what.
Everyone, thanks, Alan.
Once again, yes, Happy New Year to all you ladies. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this song here for my lovely ladies. Radio Guyana International. Remember, go to cadva.org.
I get wings to fly. Oh, I'm alive.
Celine Dion.
So Radio Guy International. Once again, I gotta say thank you for my sisters Diane Madri and Sukri Budram for the work that the organization is doing. A lot of respect and love goes out to it, and it's not an easy thing. So I really hope if you're not able to go, please make a donation, right? Go to CADVA, CADVA.org. Click on the donate link. This is an event that a lot of people need help. And as I get ready, this is my last song to you all for 2014. I gotta say thank you all for the support that you give to myself and the other family members of Radio Ghana International. Without you, we would not make a difference in the community that we do. You know, it's not just about kicks in and having fun and playing music and getting on dotish, but you know, we've developed a lot of connections and personalness with many of you, and you all are an extension of our family here, and we thank you all deeply from the bottom of our hearts. And like I said earlier, if you was not able to accomplish what you wanted in 2014, you still got one more day. And even if you don't have that one more day, you have all of 2015 to look forward to. So make a difference in yourselves, make a difference in your family, make a difference in this world. Radio Ghana International, all the best for 2015, right? Much love to each and every one of you. From your boy,
DJ Third Degree.
I'm gone for 2014.
To never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. That's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you
this is Kevin Little, and you're locked on to Radio Guyana.fm. Yeah, man.